Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LPL matchup.
Quite land the last embrace. I was hoping to catch Knight with a little bit of additional CC, but still a little roam up from Light through the mid lane.
Yeah, wanted to quickly talk about Light as well. No, we're not going to have a chance to that. On has managed to find himself a Crisp. Way is down there too. Crisp will go down for first blood. He's going to go up to, has to be going up to the Zeri. Going to take him a little while, but he'll take it.
Nice to clean up a couple minions on the way out, but does go down, and first blood going on the way down there. And I wondered whether that flash on the Ornn would be not that high value with a spell book, but
on something like that. He's been less of that this year because it's been more about Tarzan, and now recently Xiaohu as well, being and Breeze's lane domination. They've changed their style somewhat, with the players being changed too. But with Light being there, can be very, very powerful. On put out with the slow. Chris gets another CC. Well, I mean, Xiaohu can bring it for him.
We'll make that happen. Gold card on down. This time the TF ult is summoned nice and early. Kill donated over. And the slow is enough at level 4. There's no way out there from Onn, who has not had flash from basically level 2.
Breathe has exhaust, has himself level 6 coming up quite soon, but I was wondering if Way would path up there all the same. It's going to be the grubs taken and been waiting to get himself really the Faded Ashes and the Leandry's completion to start making this Cassante's life hellish. I will say that Breathe typically has been very lane dominant. He has not looked like the better top laner between him and Bin so far, so he'll have to prove that once more. This is going to be on text flashing back into the play. Dragon not being able to be finished by Weibo.
Not. Knight came rolling on down, and Wade took 3 grubs.
Wade just got level 6 now after the mini wave, and that changes things. If he was level 5, this changes. Now Wade's here with that big engage ultimate.
And definitely looking for it. Dragon going low will likely be secure, but the double last embrace into the lulting lullaby could prove difficult. Good glacial prism prevents easy follow-up. Xiao is here, but how much damage do they still have? They're stuck in the pit, but the consistent damage right now is more there for BLG. You feel the last embrace lands. Crystal thinking about setting on forward. The curse to back will go down. Wei trying to get to the backside, as does Knight. Will not secure the kill on a Crisp. On goes forwards. Tarzan, though, continue to throw out blooming blow after blooming blow. Flash on forward from Light lands. Another last embrace. These hugs are just so miserable to manage. The gold card comes down on Knight, and it turns out it's a timeout. Wei now in danger. No way to go except for the Arctic Assault. Gets it out instead from Elk, who has managed to level up off the minion wave and pick up Tarzan. Stepped on up towards this top lane for the rolls, but Wei's going to be here, but so is Onn. Zeri coming on down. Grub 1 secured right now by Wei, throwing out that volcanic rupture. Tarzan begins to blooming blow his way through those grubs. One of them will reset briefly. Wei still here with Knight. Elf looking to trade out onto Light. In comes that TF ult as well. Swell seed onto Wei. Not going to be taken down quite yet as Tarzan. To secure at least one of these. Would need to smite. Holding on to it. Will surely do so shortly. As in the backline goes Wei. Damage onto Crisp. He's taken down. Wei secures the grub as well as Tarzan's being run away. He's so much of the damage. They get a pull back with the Cassante. Lily will secure one of those back as a big old ultimate from the side of Bin. Secures another 2 dead on the side of Weibo Gaming as BLG came everything they came for.
BLG team fighting like this team comp demands of them, and even though you have Breathe in the fight, you can't pull that exhaust in that fight. You can't get enough value out of that one, and BLG, now they have that early game advantage. And this game, we started off the early game saying that Weibo, they were the ones on the defensive footing now, and it feels like they have struggled with that, and maybe they can make an offensive play. Crisp teleporting in, has ult. How many other people are roaming to it? Here comes Light and Tarzan.
Here comes out to everyone. There's still that ultimate available from Crisp, as Elk, I think, was knocked out of his wall right by Crisp's charge. Here comes that call of the Forge God, a slow afterwards. Elk has been hunted. It is big game season, and Lilia gets that kill.
Weibo turning him into roadkill, so Elk going down. Weibo pick up some of the kills they lost in that last confrontation. They'll be able to walk up towards this topside turret and take some damage and some plates off of that. On the other side, you can see that Knight is currently jumping forward under that bot lane turret, probably to get some plates of his own, and Weibo firing back. I think both of these teams would rather be on the offensive than the defensive. That's where they've been playing the best. Chris gets caught out first. There is a gold card coming through onto Elk. You can just see that Elk is completely fine to free hit and zone off a lot of the damage. And at this point in the fight, Weibo are trying to play on the defensive, and you see that Light and Xiao who just can't quite get the damage that they want in the right positions.
Yeah, especially because Tarzan was zoned off.
They have Knight in bot lane, they have Bin in mid lane, and they overstay it. Suddenly it's a 3v4, which they didn't expect. Ults under mid tower. That is a dead Xiaohu. Now he's on the weak side.
And that was a shutdown as well. I think he was 4-0, even if he's behind in CS. So big kill coming on over Dragon. About to be secured, is done so. Tarzan steps forward to get the blooming blow across both the jungler and the dragon on now in danger. Tarzan has a flash, will use it to get over the wall, throws out a spell, sees it goes wide. 4v1 means Breathe has nowhere to go, and Breathe is last.
Tarzan manages to get that dragon. Quite bold to stick around in the river that long. Breathe dies for value out of those cross maps as well. I think in this game, this is a great example, folks, if you watch from other regions, if you want to learn how we play. And his Senna, currently 3-1 in summer, very successful through the 13 KDA. Not really being able to pull off the plays which he would like to so far. He's having to play defensively, and the Senna doesn't really want to be playing this defensively. Senna wants to be a lane bully, getting those cell stacks where you can. It's not, I mean, at 50 souls at 15 minutes is it's not really where you want that to be at all. You want that to be a little bit higher. It's not the worst it could be, but Weibo, they have themselves aggressive tools. They have been locked out from using them, and now with a hugely fed cannon who's currently in this brush, Weibo needs to be very, very afraid on the side lanes for this Yone, for the cannon.
Oh, he's stuck around.
And he's stuck around. Yes, Tarzan's on the same side of the map, but what happens if Wei comes up first?
They're all coming. Tarzan's here. Doesn't reset yet. Here comes BLG. Xiaohu's in danger. Has a flash and a ghost trying to get out, but he's CC'd. Dead to rights. Bin sticks around, gets the kill.
And Xiao, who stays too long, Bin uses, he just continually channels that enhanced recall and says, well, am I going to go back? No, get the kill. And they suddenly find themselves, again, in a better map state. While this is happening, Yone is pushing up bot lane. They get to go recover this mid lane too. BLG are playing the wider map much better, and then Knight uses that side lane push to potentially look for a play.
Fate sealed on two. Big damage onto Light, who has no flash, no ult, no dream of getting on out of this one. The rest of BLG are here. Knight gets a second, and BLG are just pummeling this game.
DLG, they find themselves on the front foot with go buttons, and that is exactly what they are good at using. Herald now into the mid lane. They have 5 grubs. Chris probably shouldn't be here either. Just about gets out of that combo. Not going to walk forwards anyway. Take a chunk, and he'll may return for the tower gold as well. BLG might have just overextended in the top lane, though.
Big chunk back onto Xiaohu, though. Bin having none of that. I'm going to slicing Maelstrom down. Will not quite get the kill. Here come the rest of Knight, though. Or the BLG with Knight involved alongside Elk. To punish that collapse, they will get 2 onto Zeri. But the temerity of shutting Bin down.
First game was back and forth. This one has been back. There is no fourth. We have not been able to punch back nearly enough. They managed to get, what, 1 play around
maybe that move speed will be enough. But Weibo Gaming, they need to play a very defensive game at this point. Breathe will get a hold of this turret bounty. Xiaohu's just hanging out behind him in case someone decides to collapse. The rest of Weibo spot out BLG. Trying to rotate through the river. We'll finally get that bounty. Claim that first turret of the game for themselves at 20 minutes in the game.
Again, just checking with Light cell stats. I don't know, 25, 26 minutes, something more than that. It's going to be really late. And by that time, the fight might have just been determined. Xiaohu pops that ult to spot out the flank bin port.
He could be in serious danger. Will have the ability to get away. He's forced to flash out, and that's potentially a big moment. Teleport option is there from Knight. Would have been spotted out. They know he's there. Breathe on the other side. Remember, no flash. Will have a footwork and a W to work with, but I think he's already used some. Goes all out knowing he's pretty much dead to rights again and goes down. Well, there's Baron alive and a member dead for Breathe. They can just turn over the wall and look at it.
Yeah, Breathe's not there. He can teleport back into 30 seconds, but that will be far too long. Weibo, they don't have their own ult. They have the center ult and they have the Lily ult. That's what they got to play with. And while all this is happening, Knight still has his ult. Bin still has his ult. They are not safe.
Throws the bowling ball, but it is a spare. BLG split up. Bin's still on a flank. On can look to come over the wall as well. Look for him to try and get on in here. Crisp will try to searing charge away. Light flashes on now, but On still gets in the back line. And Zeri electrocutes them all. Shows Kennen exactly how it's done.
Danger, high voltage. Elk turns on the power as On flips the switch. Weibo, they get comboed as they try and retreat. They can't get themselves toward that Baron safely. I mean, so no, it's out of the hoops.
You know what? I don't know all of the details of how one makes glue out of various animals, but right now I'm gonna instead look at On being chunked low, but not down. Gold card comes on through, and Tarzan trying his very best to be scary. Doesn't really get that much value there. On stays alive. Will have, I believe, a Warmogs at this point, so won't even stay all that low HP for that long.
Yeah, there it is, starts ticking up. So BLG start pushing in yet again. They don't have flash on Bin, but I don't think they particularly care. They have teleport on him, so he can go across the map as he wishes. Breathe will get himself another objective bounty in that sideline, but it feels so little, so late. BLG just starting to crush down the base.
Do that. Finn did get hit by the last embrace. On steps on forward with a headbutt, will not pulverize. Way Arctic assaulting in, gets hit with the gold card. Needs to be a bit afraid here as he gets knocked up. But the turnaround from Elk is foul. Shao down to about 20% HP is deleted in a matter of seconds. This Zeri is so threatening. You can chunk out the front line, but with no threat onto the likes of this Zeri, she is free to melt whoever she so much as looks at.
And this Elk Zeri has been such a key part of the damage. Weibo, they can't deal with the flanks, they can't deal with the carries. Tarzan's throwing in bowling balls towards his own base. He's trying to find something, but he doesn't even have ults.
Call of the Forge God comes across. Tarzan looking to get to the back line, but the last Nexus turret falls, and Knight will pull a Fate Sealed out, and they were woken up in game one. They were made angry. This is the BLG that ran spring in the LPL, and they are sprinting towards a Game 2 victory in a domination you rarely see in League of Legends. We're going to game.
These were the best highlights from today's LPL matchup. Click that subscribe button faster than Ramus can say.
Okay.
See you on the next one.